Okay, here is a little information you need to know about image size resolution watermarks. If I find a picture that I want of a little happy smiling sandwich and I click on it, I get a little bigger thumbnail. In the corner, you can tell how large the image is. This is 500 by 500 pixels. That's not really big. It also has a big watermark across the front of the image, meaning that you need to pay for the image if you want to use it. So technically, you should not use this kind of image, but I will copy this image and I will paste it into Photoshop. So if I go to Photoshop and I go to Open, Command O, Command New File. Yours is a newer version of Photoshop. It will automatically open Clipboard when you click on it. So pretend I just clicked on Clipboard. It opens the document to the exact size of my image that's on the clipboard. But what you want to do from here is check the size. So image size. 72 DPI, that's low resolution. It's screen size only, screen resolution. And it's almost 7 inches by 7 inches. If I want to bring the resolution up to 300 print size, I have resample image unchecked. It turns out this image is only going to be the proper resolution at 1.6 by 1.6. So you still don't want to use it because it has a watermark. So I'm going to close out of this. I'm not going to save it. If I go back, try to find a little higher quality or better resolution happy sandwich. Let's look at this guy. No watermark. And it's twice the size, 1000 by 1080. So let's try this one. I'll copy this. I'm right clicking on it. Go back to Photoshop. Open a new document. I do Command N. I just say OK. Yours will be saying clipboard and you just click on clipboard. It opens a document to the exact size of the image that's placed on your clipboard. So now let's see what size it is. Image size. It's still 72 DPI, but the size is much larger, 13 inches, almost 14 inches by 15. So now if resample is unchecked, if I don't have it unchecked and I type in 300, the dimensions aren't going to change. That's not good. You get this huge image. So I'm going to undo that. Command Z. Now I go back to image size. What I want to do is click off resample image, no checkbox. Type in 300 instead of 72 and watch what happens to the size in inches. The width is now 3.3 by 3.6 tall. Pretty good. I'll say okay. I want to crop out this vector stock mark at the bottom. Technically, again, anything that has a watermark anywhere on it you should be paying for. Since we're teachers and students, we can kind of fudge that a little bit because we're just practicing. So I cropped it out. I went to my crop tool, fourth down, moved it up. You can see the bounding box still around it. Click on my move tool to deselect it. I do want to crop it. And again, if I click anywhere in the black area, I can deselect it. So my menu size is going to be 6 by 8. So now I'm going to go to Open New. I want it to be 300, 6 inches, not pixels. And I want it 8 inches tall. 6 by 8 at 300 RGB is fine. Background is white, that's fine too. I say okay. So now I have 2 documents open. They are banked or docked within one another. I'm going to save this so I don't get confused. I'm going to give it a title instead of just leaving it untitled. I'll just call it practice. practice. Menu, I don't know, sandwich. Hit return. Now I'm gonna undock the untitled one because I know that's just the sandwich that I placed on the clipboard. I wanna go to my move tool, upper left-hand corner, click on the image I want to move, which is this sandwich. I'm clicked on it. You can see the little boxes barely in the upper corners. Click and hold with the move tool. Drag it way, way, way into your menu. And it should appear. And it does. So that would be a really big logo, wouldn't it, for a menu? So I want to first click off of it. So I'm still in the move tool. I deselect it. I'm going to move my layers over here. So I don't want to call this layer 1. I want to name it. I'll just call him Sammy. Okay, that's my logo. And it looks like it's selected again. So what I want to do is make my background a color. So if I click on my background, I can't do anything with it till I unlock it. I'm going to double click it. The little lock is going to disappear when I say okay. I'm just going to call it background because it loses the name once you unlock it. I want to fill the background with a color. So again, if it's selected, and it is, you can tell, I want to deselect it by clicking in the black space. I do want it selected, I'm sorry. So I click on my background layer to make it selected. I want to go to Edit, Fill. What color do I want? What goes good with a sandwich? Maybe we'll make our background a color. So you choose the color palette. We'll make it, I don't know, maybe a really light yellow or something. So I can use the slider to kind of get within the range of colors that I want to use. And it's going to spin. Okay. If I click up here, it'll sort of show me. Also, that's another way to kind of move around the color screen. But I really want it somewhere down in here. So if I get that color up first and then move the little dot around, let's say, that looks pretty good. Okay, so that's what color it's going to fill it with. Hopefully. I say okay. And it did, but oh man, you had that white background. You want to get rid of it. You have to deselect, go to your move tool, click in the black area, go to your Sammy layer because that's where you want to remove the white. Click on your magic wand and you look at the tolerance up here. It's at 70. It can go 0 to 100. It's going to remove 70% of whatever color I click on. I'm clicking on white, so it's going to select 70% of that white. Looks pretty good. I hit delete, takes it away. Deselect, Command D, or else click on your move tool and deselect it. But now I think it looks like it's kind of big, so I want to make Sammy a little smaller. I click on the Sammy layer. I see the bounding boxes around it. I have to hold down Shift. Your computer may be different. I click in the corner and drag it. I hold down Shift to constrain the proportions. Okay, so that looks a little better. I clicked on the Move tool. I do want to apply the transformation, which is making it smaller. Click on the Move tool, and I want to center it just a little bit. Looks like there's still a little bit of white up there somewhere. So if that's the case, it's like, oh man, I didn't completely get rid of the white. What do I do? Click on your magic wand tool. Try to click just on that white area and then hit delete. And it takes it away. I deselect it. Command D. Okay, so that's where I'm going to stop, right here. And I save it again.